All right, this is a review of Chapter 13, kind of a fun one, because this is all the new technology in police, and wow, have things changed in the last decade. So, first of all, let's look at a partial list. Again, this is only a partial. We can't cover everything of everything that's happened. So again, I'm not going to read it, but these is just a look of things that we didn't have when policing first started here. It's kind of going in order, but when we started using radios or when we had photographs, the polygraph was introduced, radar, then you have electronic data processing, telecommunications, NCIC. I mean, that was only 1967 when it started. 911 was 1968. So a lot of different things you can pause at any point, but it's really amazing. 1972 Kevlar, you know, just pretty amazing. Pepper spray, 1982. Anyhow, just pretty crazy of all the developments, especially with the internet, wireless computers, GPS, surveillance, computers. So MDTs. When I first started, officers were still handwriting reports. They had whiteout. We did have computers at the station that had different reporting that you did, but everything else was pretty much handwritten. So MDTs that started going in the cars with us were huge. The CAD system, where dispatchers use the CAD system where officers were, was huge. So just that has been huge. And this again goes over all the things that computers have done. GIS was huge as far as allowing computers to analyze information. Geographic information was huge. iClear, huge. Again, video cameras. We had graffiti cameras. Whenever there was graffiti that started, they would take surveillance. Red light cameras. Whenever somebody would run a red light, take a photo, send you a bill in the mail. Also eavesdropping. So you had wiretapping technology, and you also had the ECPA. You had FISA come around. So also the national security letters and the DCS net. So again, you can pause here to read more about those. Then you had laptops that had video feeds from school buildings so that officers could see what was going on if they weren't actually there. LPRs were huge. We used to have a Viper program where LPRs, vehicles with cameras all around them that would read license plates and let officers know if that vehicle had been stolen. And also, the cars recorded that information. So if there was a burglary or robbery in the area, the officers could go back and look at that LPR and if it had recorded a certain car in a certain location. At SOU right now, there's one LPR vehicle that drives around to check for parking. It's all computerized. It used to be a sticker that you would buy every year for a permit, and now it's all computerized, and a license plate does that. So it's amazing how everything has changed with that. This is a YouTube video I'm not going to show, but you can actually look up LPRs. You can go YouTube, license plate recognition or license plate readers to look at how they work. It's pretty cool. All right, there's crime mapping, CompStat that occurs, crime analysis. So basically with crime analysis, CompStat's a meeting generally once a month, once every 2 weeks, that supervisors and management do to crime map, do crime analysis to see, hey, are we having any crime going on in certain areas? What's the crime and how are we going to answer it? We didn't used to have positions, employees that were in crime analysis, and now a lot of departments have that because we have to be able to see what's going on, and it really helps us map out where problem areas are. There's density analysis mats, hotspots. Your book goes a lot into hotspot policing and what that is. And then you have, like I said, CompStat. We've looked at this before, but you can pause here to look at it more, and it's actually pretty cool. All right, there's 4 principles of CompStat as far as timely, intelligent, effective tactics, rapid deployment of personnel, and finally, always assessing what you're doing. All right, then you have fingerprints. Wow, has that changed? We used to do everything on a 10-print card. Actually, before that, before fingerprints, we thought every body had certain measurements until the case of William Smith, where 2 twin brothers came in. They didn't know they were brothers. They had been adopted that had the same measurement. And then we went, uh-oh, body measurements or entropy isn't going to match anymore. So fingerprints were utilized. But now because of that, we've got IAFIS, which is a system. It's not like the show CSI where pictures pop up on a computer screen, and within seconds you know who fingerprint is at your crime scene, but it does help us out. We also have fingerprint scanners, so instead of getting ink all over your finger, a lot of departments have glass scanners that scan your fingerprint, which is cool, really cool. DNA, another huge thing. Before DNA, we had blood typing, but now with DNA, it's down to we can prove in a court of law it was a person. And it actually freed a lot of people that were in prison because of falsely being accused because there wasn't evidence and DNA exonerated them, or we have people through cold cases that have been found as the criminal that committed the crime. So it's pretty cool. All right, all kinds of DEA fugitive and crime alerts that are done because of technology, a most wanted list, a terrorist most wanted list, a DNA index system, and again, you can pause here anytime you want. Interpol has most wanted. Also, police use handheld radar systems. So it's pretty cool as far as lasers. This goes into the lasers and how it works. All right, body armor. This is huge as far as protecting people. And again, one thing to know about body armor is it does expire. Kevlar is kind of like, I describe it to easily understand, like a bunch of spider webs all together. And if a bullet that is traveling is spinning and it enters that bullet, it's kind of like, it kind of stops that bullet. Doesn't stop all of them, but stops a lot. All right, there's less lethal devices. There's energy devices out there, directed energy devices, chemicals, distraction, bright lights, dazzlers, vehicle stopping technology, barriers, blunt force, all kinds of things. So pretty cool. This ends technology, and if you go into the CSI world in forensics, there's even more. So it's pretty cool to see what's out there and what's new and coming. I'm always excited to learn what's new. All right, see you for the next video.